Nothing defines Chorao Island better than this scene that is happening right now, with the water buffalo midday just lazing in the pond, and the pond is surrounded by these green meadows and coconut trees on all sides, and these two aunties are sitting behind with their feet dipped in the pond, and they have fishing lines and they are very patiently waiting to catch something. It's one of the most beautiful things about being in an island is the simplicity of the way time passes, and we've just been here the entire evening and really realized how that is true. And you guys should really visit the Chorao feeling at least once.
I think one of the best things to do in Chorao Island is to just get lost.
This is like the Shire. Check the Shire spot. You know, every place you visit doesn't have to have a name. क्या पकड़ रहे हो आंटी? And doesn't have to be touristy.
कुछ मिला?
Sometimes your own backyard can be the most perfect spot.
छोटा मिल जाता है कि बड़ा मिलता है?
So when you're in Chorao, the first thing to do is to get lost. You know, we are always in such a hurry to see all places and to cover the most spots on your holiday. How about for one evening, just walk around the island and take in everything that you see.
क्या भर रहे हो? भात? अभी बारिश का बाद निकलते हैं सब?
पैक करेगा कभी।
इधर भी वैसा मशीन से निकालते हैं कि हाथ से? मशीन से।
This is now my most favorite place. Like legit. This guy is trying to get his buffalo out of the water. Of course, they are not coming out, they are having a great time. So he's throwing stones at them since 20 minutes. But these guys are not budging. Finally, their mud time ends. See, Chorao Island is not the kind of place you drive and take mark. It's the kind of place you stop and admire. As soon as you reach Chorao Island, you realize that this place is so different even from Goa. This is basically a sleepy little fishing village in the middle of Goa. So what are the best things to do in Chorao Island? Chorao Island is known for bird watching. I think it's a bird watcher's paradise. So we went on a boat safari with Uday. Uday is known as the Birdman of Chorao. If you're really serious into watching birds, visit this at 6:37. Start your boat ride, and it's a 1-hour stroll across the mangroves and the swamps of the island.
I'm saying we saw one black-headed ibis yesterday. Then we saw this egret.
Yeah, we saw an egret for sure.
Western egret. We saw one. And we saw
this sea eagle.
tufted duck.
Yeah, and we saw this one also for sure. This white-bellied eagle.
Yeah.
We saw many of these.
I don't remember this one, but I think we saw.
Yeah, then we saw something
a
like
common
this.
Kingfisher.
We saw many kingfisher.
Then we saw this white-throated.
Yeah.
This one also we saw.
I don't remember that, but I remember seeing something like this bird standing like
Yeah. This is at ibis only, na?
something kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you get to Chorao, definitely look to book your stay at the Island Sanctuary here. This is a lovely 4-bedroom villa in the middle of Chorao Island, and trust me, there's not too many options here, and none of them this swanky. Like, there are not too many options with a pool and such a nice villa. Once you enter the place, you realize the Susegar of it, and the highlight of the place is definitely the pool. The pool with its rock formation, it's like a natural pool, gives that feel to it. And the villa itself is amazing. We were very happy to see that our windows open up to greens, and literally the birds have been chirping around the entire day, and thanks to Uday, I know some more now. So you can cover the island in a day, but I think we always suggest staying at a place for the simple reason that you get to experience a night there and you get to experience an early morning there. And by our standard, we've experienced 2 early mornings here. It takes time to get used to the pace of Chorao, but by now I'm sure you'll be feeling it. One of the best things to do in Chorao Island is to ditch your car, then 2 cycles and cycle across the island. And we did just that.
So after convincing Ritika a little, we set off to see the island. See, one of the best things to see around Chorao Island are the houses here. Some of them ruins, some of them deserted. Chorao Island is very rich in history. It's the island of noblemen, as the Portuguese called it. So originally, there were 10 Brahmin families that inhabited the island, and until the Portuguese invaded, and then there was a mix of Brahmin and Portuguese families staying on the island. And till date, you can see that in the island. There are so many churches, there are so many mandirs, and the architecture is such a mix of both cultures. And eventually there was a pandemic and everyone had to flee the island overnight, and some of the houses are still in those ruins. We stopped outside the houses and imagined all sorts of stories of that century and how it must have been. You know, this was the first time that we felt that we were not missing out on anything or didn't need to really be anywhere. So if you watch this video for a guide to Chorao Island and you're still in the 10% that sticks around at the end of the video, I will say this to you, that when you're in Chorao Island, you don't need any sort of plan. Just let the island decide.
हवा सब में ही कम है.
That's what we did. Just get lost in Chorao.
Whenever you look to visit Goa next, make sure you take 2 to 3 days out. If not that much, maybe take a day out and come to Chorao early in the morning. Take a 6:30 ferry from Ribandar. Soul Traveling organizes some lovely tours and spend the entire day here on the island.